Hi, and welcome back to Purple Collar Life. In today's video, having some trouble with the XT250. Now this machine has very low hours on it, only 922 total hours. So not a lot of hours on a 2015 Yamaha XT250. So it sits in the building a lot. I ride it on the trails. I don't ride it out on the roads because Jennifer doesn't want me to. I would ride this thing to work if I were allowed because it's so much fun.
Because we know too many people who have been hit while riding motorcycles and not fared well.
So even though it's a lot of fun to ride, I only ride it on the trails and I don't ride it that much. So let me show you what's happening here from sitting, and this is the 4th time I've fixed this issue. If you're wondering, how do I fix a motorcycle that's stuck in gear, or how do I fix a motorcycle that the clutch is stuck? That's kind of what's happening here. When I start it up in neutral, so you can see here the display says neutral. What happens is I'm pulling in the clutch. You can see my hand pulling in the clutch, but as soon as I push down on the gear selector for first gear, it's like the clutch is not engaging, and that's a common problem if your motorcycle's been sitting for a while. And then you have to kind of work here at it to get it back into neutral. Got it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this up in the yard, so I'm going downhill, and I'll show you how to fix this problem in the yard.
And the last time I saw you fixing this problem, I didn't know that's what you were doing, and all I could see was out the window you like ripping up the grass in the yard. So is that going to happen again today?
Possible.
Give me a percentage, a probability.
60%.
60% of ripping up the grass? Okay, fantastic.
Okay. So I'd like to get it up there if I can without having to push it the whole way, so don't record how I'm doing that.
I'll record, then you can decide if you put it on.
That worked.
It worked?
That wasn't how I was supposed to fix it, but that worked.
What was it?
I just revved it up higher and kicked it in gear. Now we're back to normal.
Now it's working? That was a fast video.
Yeah. I'll go up in the yard though and show you how I've had to fix it in the past.
So I think what you're telling me now is you don't necessarily have to rip up the grass, but you're going to do it anyway.
So the very first time this spring, the clutch was really stuck, and there was no way I could get it out using the method I just used there accidentally by the building, which was pulling the clutch in, revving it up a little bit higher, being stable on my feet, and kicking it into gear. Now what that could have done is caused a pretty high wheelie or a tip over. So really in this video I should be wearing my helmet and my gloves, but I was intending to do all this up here in the yard and put my helmet and gloves on at that point. So I wasn't sure exactly how to fix this before, so I called the motorcycle shop and they said, well, we can do it for you, but let us tell you how to do it at home. And they said, pick a downhill slope like I'm in my yard right now, start the motorcycle up. As I'm coasting, force it to coast forward. As it's coasting forward, kick it into gear so it'll stay running, and then pick up a little bit of speed in first gear and slam on the rear brake. And the goal of that is for the back wheel to stop quickly and the friction plate and the clutch to separate, because what happens is they get kind of stuck together from a little bit of moisture all winter long in the building. They kind of get frozen together, and it's possible to separate them by slamming on the brake while you're in first gear, holding in the clutch. That's important. You want the clutch to be held in so that it's separating the drivetrain from the engine using the clutch like it's supposed to. So to demonstrate that, if I were started up here and I'd get some momentum going, with your feet, kick So what worked for me in the yard was you pick up a little bit of speed, pull the clutch in, slam on the rear brake. You're gonna skid to a stop, but hopefully in that process, the clutch separates from the driveline. And I do have some video of that happening at nighttime in the dark. I'll put that video here in this part of the video, but just a quick solution there. If that doesn't work, obviously take it to your Yamaha dealer to have them do it another way. But that was a quick, down and dirty way that I did it 4 times now this summer.
And how Olive's feeling better. Oh, Olive, I'm glad you're... Olive, come here.
If you're a motorcycle rider, you know exactly what this problem is. If you're riding through town, it's all too common for dogs, for some reason, to come riding at your motorcycle, to come running at your motorcycle while you're riding. And for some reason, Olive does the same thing. I have no idea why. Just riding here in the yard, she thinks it's hilarious to run up towards the motorcycle. It's very dangerous for the rider and the dog, but it's a hard thing to stop.
I'm just glad that she's feeling well enough to chase you.
Yeah.
Hey, come here, girl.
If you found this video informative and entertaining, please give us that big thumbs up down below. Leave a comment if you've got other methods on how to fix the frozen clutch problem. And then I'm sure everyone will appreciate those comments down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again the next time. Right, I need to ride this around a little bit just to get that clutch loosened up. I'm going to go up through the trailer.
No, Olive, 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 Olive. Stay here.